Hello, wonderful people. We are here again, and we thank the Almighty Father for giving us this opportunity, for granting us this abundance so we can be proactive, we can be creative, and be of service to His creativity and utilize to the maximum what He has given to us. I know it's kind of challenging, but life is a test of time. That's all. And everything comes as a phase of life, So whichever situation you are in, if you think of a way out, you definitely find a way out. But thinking of a way out doesn't mean you need to shortcut. But maybe you can work smart so you don't burn your energies. Because you need to burn the oil, You have to burn the oil, but you don't have to burn your energies, you know what I mean? And so therefore, this morning I was reading, I was going, I've been trying to pass my driving theory test. It's kind of fuckery, mate. All the same, forgive my language, but I want to sound real because that's how I talk. You know what I mean? When I use those words, it doesn't mean like, it's the way I grew up. You know what I mean? I grew up from the church to the mosques, on the street, to the parents, to the prostitute. That's how I grew up. So I respect all kind of life, and that's my talk. That's the way I talk, and I don't feel like it's very necessary for me to act like someone who don't use the WC or the water closet, the toilet. I don't want to act like somebody who don't sneeze. I don't want to act like somebody who don't make mistake. I don't want to act like a stiff-necked fool. You know what I mean? So I respect and acknowledge people's mistake, even myself, my weakness and strength, But this morning, this meditation reflect this story in the Bible. This story in the Bible, the king that was traveling, and so he gave 3 of his servants some amount of money. He gave one of his servants, I don't remember, this story was told, how do you call it? Children's service. I remember they told this story, even we have to act it somehow. The chief or the king was traveling, so he called 3 of his servants and he gave them some amount of money. One he gave so much money to, and the other he gave at least some amount of money to, and the other he gave little money to. The one that he gave so much money to felt like, oh, the chief loved me so much. Even if I squander this money, the chief won't be mad or the king won't be mad. You know what I mean? He went ahead and blew the money. You know what I mean? And the chief gave him some amount of money at least. Let's say a little bit than the first guy. He said, okay, this chief or this king maybe is tricking me, he's playing me. Maybe he want to find fault with me, His negativity started doing the calculation, you know what I mean? He started thinking, you know what I mean? So then he has to put the money somewhere, not invest the money or, you know what I mean? He had to put the money somewhere that every morning he will wake up and say, good morning, how are you doing? Like some people do with their creativity. They create, they don't want to show it to nobody, they put it in the yard copy, the fridge, So this guy kept the money in the fridge, and then this guy, they gave this little money too. He looked at the money and said to himself, yo, it took me time getting here. I've already risked all my life. Fear has been my only courage to move. Fear has been my only courage to develop. Fear has been my only courage to grow. So why don't I try something with this money? So this guy, instead of thinking too much, he went, He bought certain things from the second-hand shop, make sure they were high-tech, make sure they look good, sparkling, you know. Uh-huh. Don't mind the vocabulary. I didn't come with English language. English is a colonial master's language. So me, I'm a West African, you know. We integrate it, you know, we mix it. Sometimes when I'm coming out, I'll pigeon it, you know what I mean? The Finnish person will say rally English, you get me? Yeah, man. So this guy with this little funding took the opportunity to invest the money so many ways. He had to plow back his profit. He has to play with it. He has to risk, you know, leverage. You know, he did what we call leverage. Like, you know, he put his whole life at risk. And then when the chief came back, or when the king came back from his travel, he called all these 3 servants, you know. And then he asked the 3 servants. First, he asked the guy that he gave so much money to. He said, I gave you so much money. What did you do with it? The guy said, oh, chief, you are my brother now. You know, you're my family, you know. So I just hit the club, you know what I mean? After I hit the club, I went to the strip club, you know what I mean? I make sure, yo, the chief brother is around, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. And the chief was like, the king was like, oh, okay, you're representing my name in your face. Okay, that's good. And the chief asked the second guy, yo, I gave you this amount of money. What did you do with it? And the guy said, chief, I was so afraid. I had so many ideas. I was thinking. So many ideas came in my mind. But I was so afraid that if I should try, maybe I will fuck up. And when you come, you tell the executioner to kill me. Okay. So the chief said, okay, therefore, so your fear puts you in prison, right? So you stand there. I will deal with you some other time. And then the chief asked the little man that he gave the little money to, and he was like, yo, what you did with the money? And the guy said, oh, chief, I multiply your money in 10 folds. And the chief asked, how you did it? He said, chief, after you gave me the money, I bought some second-hand clothes. They were looking good. I make sure they were all branded. You know what I mean? And I make sure they were all good quality, sparkling. You know what I mean? And I have to polish them, put them on the market. I have to get a good social skills. You know what I mean? I have to get a good communication skills. When the people feel like I'm pressuring them, I don't. You know what I mean? But I make sure I have my goods in front of them. And within the first week, I was able to sell everything. Then from that, I went and bought a piece of land. Then I started to do ginger farming. You know what I mean? Because I realized that ginger is a good cure for stomach disorder. And I noticed how people are rushing it. So I thought it wise to buy a piece of land. Even I bought a piece of land at the back of the palace. So you can stand in your room and then look down at some of my workers even working. Oh, okay. The chief was so happy. So therefore, ask yourself, which one do you fit in? Which category do you fit in? It's a real life thing, you know. It's happening even today. It's happening among friends and families. It's happening among communities. You know what I mean? And there is this kind of negative syndromes that even try to cripple even the one trying to do something good, trying to do something right, you know? Trying to be of something, you know what I mean? It's very, 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 very Yo, don't worry, man. I like everybody. Sorry, man. I'm just reading some text messages from our group. All the same, you know what I mean? So you need to ask yourself, which one are you? When you touch things, when you touch something, is it a blessing? Do you feel progressing? Do you feel anything that you are involved in progressing? You know? Do you feel yourself complaining? Do you feel yourself condemning somebody so that you can win? Do you come up with constructive ideas? Do you just say things to help people feeling, or you say things to construct people? Which kind are you? Does your thought and actions bring solutions, or your thought and actions cause problems? Are you trying to make life difficult, or you are trying to make life easier? Which one are you? You know, you need to know which one you are before you can really connect with with those you need to. It's kind of interesting, you know. It's not an easy world. It's not an easy world, you know. Yeah, I understand some people would like to see you fail, but failure is not really the end of it. That's just another phase. Maybe nobody wants to see you fail. Maybe God wants to see how you react when you meet disappointment. You know? How do you bounce back? I tried so many times to bounce back. People know that VishnuExpress don't stay on the ground for long. Even if I'm on the ground, if my back is on the ground, yo, I'm telling you, yo, be prepared. When I get back, I'ma whip your ass. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And when you stand on the way, yo, when you stand on the way, I'ma be like, yo, I'ma be like, you ain't ready. That's why you intimidating me. So I'ma walk through you. You know, you know what I mean? So the thing is, you need to recognize which one are you. Are you the sheep? Or are you the wolf? Are you the chicken or are you the vegetable? Are you the cucumber or you are the carrot? Are you the banana or you are the plantain? You know what I mean? Are you the tomatoes used to make salad and vegetables, or you are the person eating the vegetables with a peruna? You know what I mean? So I got to realize that life ain't easy. I had to fall so many times to get up so many times. You know what I mean? I had to miss disappointment so many times. I had to feel embarrassed so many times. And sometimes I look at my people and the people that want to see me go down and say to them, I have no way to pay you back. I don't know how to revenge. I don't know how to pay people back. But I know how to grow myself. I know how to develop myself. I don't know how to play you. I don't know how to manipulate you. But I know how to tell you the truth. Because I know your manipulating move will only bring you back to zero. Bring you back to where you start from. Because I am 6 years old. I didn't start this thing just yesterday. You know, it really takes a smart person to know or to see somebody inside, in and out. But a dumb person would think, yo, I can play. I can play this guy. But you can't play some certain people. Certain people, you can't play them. You can't soft talk them. You can't con them. You can't manipulate them. Because they are unmovable. They are like mountains. They are like elephants. They are not just lions. So which one are you? Are you the person God has given so much and then squander everything and then blame people who are so innocent? Even you have done them so much harm? Are you the person that was given just a little B because you are just very little, and then you are able to use that little to multiply and be of service to everybody and bring joy and smiles to people's faces? Well, how I deal with my past is another thing, yo. Yo, I'm seeing these things from my text message. How I deal with my past is another thing. How I deal with my past is the value of my past. Especially especially everybody that have been not famous in my life, but I've been of influence in my life. I can't let that person go. I can't. It's very hard for me to let those people go because they have really impacted and influenced my life in a positive way. That's how I deal with my life. But if I see somebody in my past that I feel like that past don't want to acknowledge its weaknesses and strength, then I need to drive on the highway. I don't really mind no more. Well, I can give time to entertain all those energies because I know I can contain myself. Yo, I've stayed with people that do meeting all the time, and every time they meet, either somebody gets sacked, either some project gets stopped, either somebody is being pointed a finger at. You know, I've sat in so many meetings. I've sat at meetings that bring solutions. They employ people. They create life. They make sure everybody smiles. It doesn't matter if you drink or you smoke. I've sat in meetings, all they do is to condemn ghetto lifestyle, but the ghettos don't condemn about them. The ghettos don't have a problem with them. You understand? So that's how I deal with my past. My past is, I deal with my past in the way like how much influence, how much impactful has the person been in my life. If the person have been in my life very influentially, I can't let the person go. No. You know, at least I need to stop by and say, hi, how are you doing? You know what I mean? It's not, you know, it's very easy to deal with a cunning face. And it's very challenging to deal with somebody who is outspoken, who is straightforward, who will tell you the real. Like I was talking to one the person said it's a Bitcoin blah 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 blah. And example, this guy gave me a call, yeah? But he didn't call me. He didn't call me on a video call. And the person is somewhere in Nigeria and I'm in Europe, yeah? And this person in Nigeria is condemning a big company like Coinbase, and is trying to compare his company or the company that he represents to. I'm like, yo, bro, even the program is not working in your country. So which means everything that you're saying, you don't have facts. And if you want to win a client, if you are working for me and you want to win a client and you are approaching the client this way, maybe I'll put you in a different department. Because every client will walk away from you. You want to argue with a client. You want to argue with me. You don't want to win me. You want to argue with me. You know what I mean? So if my past like to argue, anytime he comes around, he has to be the boss. She has to be the boss. She has to, oh, do your thing. I like this word. I say it a lot. Do your thing. Do your thing. You know what I mean? So, well, it depends on you. Everybody, like I say, I was born on Saturday. Maybe you were born on Sunday. Somebody was born on Tuesday. Somebody was born on Wednesday. Maybe you were born on YOLO Cool, you know, and maybe I was born on Tommy Cool. You know what I mean? Somebody was born in Mara Cool or whatsoever cool, you know? So we all behave differently. We understand shit differently. You know what I mean? But what I don't want to do now in my life is to debate, argue, defend. Because what am I defending? If my mind is settled, I don't have to argue. I only have to listen. You know what I mean? If I have to debate, my inner voice and my outside voice, my inner voice and me will have to debate, not with the external one, not with the one walking on the street, not with my family, not with my friend. You know what I mean? So how to deal with your past, it depends on how influential your past is. It depends on the value of your past. You understand me? So if that past is something that is really, really important, impactful, then you take hold of it. You make sure that there is a mutual respect in that past. And you make sure it doesn't hurt your present. That's what I do. So I don't get into argument with people and thinking, oh, I have an enemy somewhere. Maybe the enemy is thinking of me, but I don't think of nobody apart from my plans, my strategy to be successful in life, to be where I want to be. You know what I mean? So you have to know which one you are. Are you the one that make things stand still? Are you the one that multiply things? Are you the one with a POP hand? You know? Are you the one that you spend everything because you feel you have everything? Which one are you? I know. Me, I'm nothing. But I am just a drop of salt in the ocean, measuring the depth of the ocean. That is who I am. What about you? Whilst you sit and think about who you are, don't forget, I am that guy, I am that boy, I am that man, forgive me, called VishnuExpress. And you know where you can find me? I'm everywhere on the social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Spotify. Even this audio, you can find it on Spotify. And that's the name. Just Google it, VishnuExpress. You know what I mean? And I have this project idea called VEMUnit, which means VishnuExpress Manufacturing Unit. What do we produce? Music and clothing. So I've branded music clothing. So don't forget to support. As we grow, we'll transform and our faces will change. Because this is just another phase of our growth. And feel welcome. Like others are sharing their text messages and asking me some questions. Same way you can ask me some questions. You can tell me to talk about something and I will talk about it. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, don't be present at a meeting that will deny somebody's joy, somebody's happiness. Be at a meeting that will empower, that will set people free from bondage, that will educate people. You know what I mean? So I love you all, people, and have a blessed week. Yeah? Thank you for listening.